No, listen, at the end of the day, I don't close any door, but to be friends with somebody who's, done what they've done, no, they've really, I was nothing but good to these people. And I genuinely mean that. They're saying I'm a scammer, I'm an abuser, I did all this to them, but they've, don't say that word. PDF, wait, can't you say that or no?
Yeah. PDF, yeah.
PDF. They're claiming all these things, but do they have one instance when I've been any of those things? No. The only thing they could point to is that one time where I pressed Brian Santos in front of the room. I take accountability for that. That was wrong on my part. I take accountability for getting involved in the winter situation. Those are things I take accountability for because that's where I was wrong. But other than that, I've never done any of these things they're claiming I've done. So, for them to maliciously attack my character like that, knowing all these things are not true, and on the contrary, I've actually really taken care of them like they're my blood.
I think that's a painful thing when you thought someone was your friend and then they just continuously are doing the things they're doing.
Correct. And that doesn't mean we can't make amends. Like, we can make amends, but by no means would I be friends with them again, no.
Okay, cool. They want to know if Valet would be interested in doing one of these controlled interviews one day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, so I'm going to wrap it up. I really appreciate you being willing to come on here with me and talk with me. And even though I kept getting kicked off and all of that nature, I just want to, they're telling everybody who's recording, make sure they're clipping the good parts too. I just want to make sure that y'all's voices get heard too over all the crazies. This will be clipped the shit out of, so I'm sure people will have more questions eventually. So if you want to ever do another interview, I'll hook up with you again to do that. I'm down to interview Valet. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate her chiming in, though, even though, I didn't get to talk to her beforehand. There's people in the chat saying they're rooting for Valet. I definitely, if she is getting like that, let me ask that. So is she regularly seeing her kids now?
Well, that's the thing he forgot to mention. We had like a great visit with them. We talked about a lot of things. I told him like, I don't want to have to go to court and waste a bunch of money. So if we could mediate and do this the right way, which is what I've been wanting. I have messages where I'm like begging just to do it the easy way, just so we don't have to go through all this and this be a big deal. And he made it seem like that's exactly what he wanted to. And, we came to an agreement. Jordan texted him and said, hey, like, we have a phone call. At this time, like, could we talk about what we can do instead so we don't have to,
get the lawyer involved.
And he ghosted us. Completely said a bunch of things that woke us up, which he has been doing this whole time, him and his family, and then just completely stopped messaging us.
Yeah, and that's it. I do want to piggyback on that and say, I don't think that's him personally. I know for a fact it's the influence of his mother and his sister, and I'm not talking.
I agree with that.
He literally, for him to flip flop, and I'm sorry, just let me finish this one thought. For him to flip flop like that, he even told me at the doorstep, his mom was not letting us enter the house, even if we left our phones in the car, we're even willing to give her our phones. She's like, oh, I don't want you recording. I was like, what if we just give you our phones? She's like, I don't want you in the house. And that's fine. It's her home. I'm not trying to say like impose like we should be in your house. But for her, I asked him, I was like, hey bro, like what could we do? Like, you want to go to McDonald's? He's like, she's not letting me go, man. She's not letting me go. It's not up to me. Like, trust me. Like, I like you.
I think he is very much has the influence of his sister and his mom. He is young, so I'm sure that's that. But I will say this, if y'all go to court, they won't matter. They will not. It doesn't matter what grandma and aunt say. What matters is between mom and dad. And even though they've been,
I don't think they realize that.
Yeah, they don't. They think, and also I'll tell you this, because they have not gone and gotten something signed saying like, hey, mom's not involved, so we have full custody. Like, he has full custody. That will work against them in court. So if you're not with a lawyer, get with a lawyer. You can have them served and say, hey, we want to come to an agreement, and here's what I'm thinking will work. And if they can either sign it or don't play around anymore. It's your babies. Don't play around anymore. Just be, and I know you want to work it out and not have all that drawn out on the internet.
There's no not working. No. The only way it can be done is through court now, and it will be served.
The thing I was trying to explain to him is which I already told him, so I don't mind telling the internet now. I can't even file for 50-50. My lawyer physically can't do 50-50. She has to file for full custody because of his DV case. And if y'all don't believe me, y'all can search it up. That's exactly what she told me. And she said, even though his case is still open, we would have to do a temporary order, but I cannot do 50-50. And even after, if he was charged with it in August, he has court in August, then she really can't do 50-50. She has to.
I would wait after that court date.
See, that's what I wanted to do, but I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, I know. Waiting to see your baby.
So that's why she's really pushing a temporary order right now.
that would make more sense, and then have final order, kind of like what Bree and 2K had. Do temporary orders and then do final orders after that, so that, because you want it to not just be a charge, you want it to be a conviction,
Exactly.
and that would help. So yeah, and it sucks. My heart and prayers are with you that you haven't been able to see your babies. As a mom, I can only imagine how painful that is. I know you've made mistakes, Valet, and but if you're willing to try, then I think that that's a good thing. I think taking accountability for the things you've done and trying to be with your babies is important. So you can do it. We'll do an interview if you're down, but I really appreciate y'all so much. I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all's night. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, just positivity.
Yeah, for sure.
New beginnings. Like, let's move on from this bullshit. I know I'm saying that, and then I go. Sorry, someone keeps calling me.
Nice. Probably Santos.
Probably. No, but I know I keep talking shit and I'm the one bringing them up. But again, I'm trying to move on. I'm going to be doing great content with great people regardless. And, if they do end up deciding to come and apologize, I'm not going to kick them to the curb. We can make amends and we can just leave it at that. But otherwise, I just want to move on from this in a positive way and call it a day and everyone live their lives.
I think that's a good thing, and I definitely think y'all keep making content. Don't let people scare you off the internet, and just change it around. Y'all are all so young, and you can be the content that you want to be and put out there. And don't lose. You have a hype right now. If you just stop making content, like this is to Valet, if you just stop making content, you're going to lose those people that you have. Keep going, keep pushing, change. And take accountability for the shit you've done wrong. And y'all quit saying the N-word. That's racist. And anybody, whoever's saying it in that house, make a public announcement from Kayl1e. If we're saying that, that's racist and we're not going to do it anymore, right? Right. Okay. I really appreciate y'all. And I'm glad that we got to hang out. It was nice to meet y'all. And hopefully I'll get hooked up with Valet and I'll see y'all around.
Absolutely. We'll do it. Kayl1e, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.
Later.
Well. Did that just happen, y'all? Are we in sub only? Is this everyone? Oh my God. What just happened? I can't breathe. Oh my God. Do y'all feel like I was reasonable? Yeah, you absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like I tried to be, neutral and do it and give everybody a chance to talk. Y'all, this series is going to be about surviving Bree Olson. It's not about what they've done wrong. Now, I do ask people to take accountability. Hold on. Here we go. I'm dropping ice. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. It's PI herself.
Well, I'm not Kayl1e or whatever the hell her name is. I just wanted to say that was great. I think we did a very good job with that.
Nice, y'all. And y'all all in the chat, show your thanks by going and following PI, because she is who helped me with all of this. She is who helped to keep it a secret and talk with Jordan and all that. So yeah, make sure y'all are following her.
Yeah, and there